Good morning, everybody. That was from Gettysburg, actually, the movie Gettysburg that came out in I think '95. Um, and I guess the cheesy reason why I played that is because I'm back. I took a break yesterday because I was having some technical difficulties, and I'm back on track, making my way back on the losses that I've had. Um, and just some renewed confidence, and I guess that's why I was playing Gettysburg, very victorious and all that good stuff. So, all right, so I hope everybody's doing well, and we'll talk about the market today. There's a lot going on, news-wise, uh, and then we'll talk about the charts, which trades are good, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Thanks. Good to see a fan focus. Thanks for the support, buddy. All right, so my really good trade today that just closed out. I have on here on chart. It's the GJ, and you can see where my entry was placed. So right here. It was a good entry. It was a pending order. It was placed or entered when I was asleep at night, and didn't go too much higher than that and reverse. So it did price did react to that level and bounce back down soon after. The yen has been gaining in value a lot this morning, and I'm actually going to check right now to see what's being said. I'm sure that some of you guys have already checked some of the news, but this is the first time that I'm getting to it. So I don't see any huge fundamental news statements that have come about the yen. Oh, looks like Japanese government official Kuroda to continue easing to support economy. I guess that's why the yen has jumped a bit. Sorry, the yen has fallen a bit. That's what I meant to say. Uh, the the pound has also been falling against the yen, which is surprising because the yen has been gaining. So the pound must be really struggling today. I'm going to see what I can find on that today. To Okay, so the news. The news today. We've already had the German business climate that happened a few hours ago. Slightly positive. The big one that comes out in about 25 minutes on the USD, the consumer confidence. This could cause some volatility. The number is not expected to be huge, the forecast number, compared to previous. So I would imagine that if it's slightly negative or slightly positive, the move won't be as big as some people may think. So Draghi's speaking at 11:30, so that's 2 hours from now. Don't know what to expect from this at all. Um, I'm not sure if that's going to be televised as well. but I guess I'll try to see if I'm still on by that time, which I don't think I will be. I have one euro trade in right now. I have some pending orders placed. So it did react to my level at 113.7, and now it pulled back from that, so it bounced down just a little bit sharply, and then a sharp bounce after that. And this move up is caused mostly by the yen. I mean, just looking at the crosses compared to the majors, you see that the euro US dollar is down. You'll see that the UJ is up, and the euro Japanese yen is up. That's the big thing, because the euro Japanese yen is up and the euro US dollar is down. It's likely caused by the yen losing some value this morning. The yen is losing on pretty much all the crosses and majors except for the pound Japanese yen, which is great because I had to trade on that pair. So you guys know that I typically take anywhere from 20 to 30 pips for each trade. Well, I have been widening my profit levels. So this one on the GJ was 61 pips. Now that's more than double what I typically take for on a pair. So what that looks like in relation to my account, yeah, I know this is not pretty. I know you guys have seen this before, and I don't like showing it off, but this is real trading, right? This is what I'm here for, is to show you what can happen where we launch up and then we have some choppiness after that. So the recovery right here is gonna take some time. But today's trade, the one on the GJ, was 0.31% profit, was just from one trade. So I'm pretty happy about that, and hope for more trades like that in the future, which I should be getting, at least shooting for. So we are getting a bit more of a pullback on the euro yen. The candle wick is being formed here. We still have about 20 minutes left, but hopefully it pulls back down below the support, the resistance at 113.7. The level is acting like there's something there. So you can see that this candle, the first candle that broke or hit the 113.7. Second candle closed just below it. Third candle closed just above it. Fourth, just below. Fifth, just above. And now we're in the sixth. So this candle, we'll see what happens with it. But if it closes below, then that level is still active for pushback down. All right, so let's go through each of the pairs, see what we're looking at. Pound is just getting hit real hard today. Right now, just in the last 2 hours, it's had another 100 pip dive. It's hit all my support levels. I won't be entering on this pair yet. It did just break some pretty big levels in here. Excuse me. So the level I'm looking at is about where it is right now, the 1.2105, which is basically a whole number, 1.21. So if that level doesn't hold, then the pound is going to likely see more on the downside. I want to see a bit of a pullback before entering again on this trade, so a bounce back up, likely to the pivot level, and then back down after that. So not a great place to enter unless you're looking at 121.4 about 121.43, and you're looking for candle close below that level. That could be something to enter on more on the downside, or an indication or hint. So it looks like our avatars have uh, kind of disappeared. I'll have to reload mine back in a little bit later. All right, so the news for today, the CPI for the CAD's coming out, and that's tonight. So we have about 10 hours or so before that's released. I don't think I'm going to enter any more odd Australian dollar trades on any other pairs. Although this is a good trade though. We're right at the resistance level of 1.018. That's a strong level, and its price is reacting to it on a possible push back down from there. So double top. You can see the candles are holding back all the wicks at that level and then a push down. So that would be a decent counter trade. Although it's late now. The entry is actually late, unfortunately. But the good place to enter would have been at at the resistance level at 0.01848. Right now the trade is in 15 pips profit, and my take profit would be 0.0143. So it's about 40 pips. So no good trades yet for this pair. It is in an uptrend, so this would be a counter trend trade. I would wait for a push back down to the 1.001, about that level. That's a good strong support level for the odd CAD. So no trades actively on that pair. Now I've been in this trade for a while now, since the what was this entered? Since the 20th, so 5 days ago. Right now I'm just looking to break even, get out of this trade. Yeah, I entered this one on the inclination that it would go up, and it was with the trend on the 4-hour. It's a little bit flat on the day chart, as you can see. It did jump up, make a new high, made a swing low, and then it started pushing back up, and then it's been in kind of a range in this area. So not a whole lot. The trend's not massively strong on the daily chart. On the 4-hour chart, it's still kind of a mess in here as well. On the 1-hour, it looks a bit better. So I entered the trade based on this price action here, where this is moving up, making some nice levels. It did break. Now my entry was here, and it did bounce up a bit, and then it shot back down. So right now I'm just looking to break even since the trade has lasted too long. I'm not wanting to play this anymore. The price action is not looking as good, so I'm looking to get out. Also, the AUD/USD news is coming out in the next 10 hours, so something that I don't really want to mess with. If I'm still in the trade, that's fine. It's only one level at this point. Okay, so the Euro US dollar, it has moved down today. The news in 10 and 13 minutes might push this down more. It is bouncing at the 1.085 level. right now. So it is having a little bit of a kickback. It's not a lot, and it will probably just kind of stay in this area until that news comes out. Now the news is expected to be slightly negative, I believe. We'll see if it beats expectations. So how strong is that support at the bottom there in the coming news? So that I just marked it, and the last time that level was hit was a while ago, actually, back in March 9th and March 1st. So it's near it's near a half number. I'm not sure how much that will hold. That level was hit so long ago. We'll see what how traders react to it here in the news when the news comes out. The yen is on a tear. It's been just hiking up, or going down in a big way on most pairs except for the pound yen. Uh, but it just in the last 2 hours it's moved 30 to 40 pips. Now we're sitting at a resistance of 104.7 104.8. See how price reacts to this. I'd imagine it won't break too far up. It will probably wait for the news as well. Now I'm short on the UJ for reasons that I feel like makes sense. So if you go to the 4-hour and the daily, you'll see that the overall move is down. We are getting on the daily chart a bit of a cone here, which means that this range is becoming tighter and tighter, getting ready for or a squeeze, getting ready for a breakout in either direction. On the 4-hour, it's definitely down, and that's what I'm basing this off of. Now, this could be technically a breakout right now. So what I'm talking about is right here. That could be a breakout for the Euro Japanese yen. Today, the next few hours will probably show what's happening there. But just because it's breaking out doesn't mean that it can reverse at any moment within that once it does do that. So this is a trade taken with the trend. My entry at 113.7, and I have a pending order near the whole number at 114, and then another pending order at 114.5. Yeah, I will. No problem. I'll make sure and put my avatar up. Okay, so the Euro Japanese yen, just kind of waiting out. I still feel like the euro has more to go on the downside. The yen could slow down the push back down because it's struggling today, and we'll see if the struggling continues throughout the rest of the week. The odd Japanese yen, yeah, just the same story. The yen's falling, so other pairs are rising against it. It's broken all of my indicators resistance levels. And I wouldn't enter yet. Let me see. So this would be if there was an entry here, this would be counter trend. Yeah, Hans. Yeah, definitely the consumer confidence in 7 minutes. Not 1 minute. Yeah. Um, that would be interesting if they came out with a release a tad early. Uh, there is resistance at 79863. It appears that that's been broken. And this candle will pretty much indicate that. Uh, if you're looking at the level, you see that here at that level, we have all the wicks, the candle wicks, and then the wick here as well, and the push back down. So that level has been broken, candle close above. So potential for this to continue up. Okay, so the CAD Japanese yen. This has been in an uptrend over the past about 10 days, pushing up. It just recently did break out a bit on the downside, but there was still a lot of room for it to for swing levels, and it found support at near 778 and bounced back up from there with the potential for it to continue. It did hit the 785 level, and it is showing that there may be some resistance there. This next candle could show if it closes pretty strong, like near where it is, it could also go on the upside as well, or continue through. So as those candles close, we got to wait for those for the candles to give us some hints on where price may continue to go. Now here is the Euro Australian dollar. Now that's broken past the 1.425. There was a little bit of a reaction there where we had a candle close. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this. Kind of reassures what I've been saying. So candle close below this support, candle closed right after it, right after above. Then this candle closed in a pretty big way uh, below, and then it continued down. So you have to wait to see if how powerful the candles are at these support resistance levels, or if you're not using my indicator, just look at the swing levels to see how prices is behaving to those levels, and if there's going to be a jump on them. The candle sometimes it will show us or give us hints on how powerful that it actually is. So like this candle, not really an engulfing candle. It's not really a great indication for a bounce there. But this candle, on the other hand, is which shows that the push up was canceled out with the wick, and then an engulfing candle closed below and break of all the previous candles, which shows that this is uh, likely to continue pushing down at least till the next support level. So we have about 4 minutes left till the news, um, and we'll wait it out and see what happens. Then I don't plan on going on too much longer, so let's see if I can get through the rest of the pairs. I don't have too many left in the next couple minutes. As you know, the pound, Japanese yen, the pound has been struggling more than the yen today. It's basically the only pair that's dropping to the yen. There's not too many of them. That the yen is gaining anything on. So we've had just in the last few hours, so the last 3 hours, it's moved down over 100 pips. So the pounds, all pound pairs still on the downside for me, but no entries because right at this point we've already had a big push. I'm waiting for a retracement to enter again. Big push up on the USD CAD, and that's been kind of a thing over the past while. Now, if you guys remember, after the news, a lot of you were trying to on Friday. You were asking, "Oh, do you think the pound's gonna go up from here? Where's Ryan? Is he gonna? What's going on?" And I said that it would go up more from here. Well, it did. It wasn't a huge amount, but it did go up from there about 60 pips to the support level, to the resistance level at 33.8, and then it bounced back down. But it did find support though, and it found support at 32.8, and then moved up from there. So still in an uptrend. The retracement is not good for a trade yet. I'd want it to go back to the support at 32.8 before entering again on the long side. Uh, you can you can get it. I'm actually going to release this to you guys now because uh, there's no. It's not a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like a holy grail like indicator pretty much. I mean, they still every indicator has weaknesses. I just like this because it kind of reassures is a reassurement of the levels that I'm already thinking about. So you can get this indicator, and you can adjust it how you. But it's helpful. Uh, Let me try to. Okay. It's a nice indicator though, because uh, there's not too many indicators that actually show you the support resistance of the previous days, which is pretty awesome. Um, and they actually are pretty accurate. It depends. I usually will double check the levels that the indicator is showing me to see if they're actually good support resistance levels. Sometimes they're not they're not the best, and so I will change them based on price action. But you'll see price does react to them. It's a pretty decent indicator, but keep in mind that indicators can only be trusted so much. That you still have to use your eyes and your mind as well. So, okay, so we got to go to what's happening. Okay, so the consumer confidence came out. I don't think that the forex factory is going to show it fast enough. Trying to pull it up on FX Street. Looks like all of them are slow right now. So it looks like the euro is bouncing a little bit right now. Okay, so it's slightly negative. It's not a huge number to be negative. There will be some reaction, but I would think it would be pretty muted. So the audio USD is jumping because of that a little bit. Now I'm still gonna probably just close this one out soon. It's been too long and the news is coming out, even though it may continue to push with the consumer confidence being a little negative. But see, we're 1 minute after, and there's not a huge reaction to that news yet. So don't go buying with heavy lots yet, guys. Okay. Yeah, Carney and Draghi speaking uh, in about 30 minutes or so. Well, Carney's speaking in about 35. Um, Scalping before the news. Yeah, I guess you could do that. I usually won't scalp less than 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes before the news. Euro is still pretty flat. Other pairs are reacting. Euro USD. Other pairs are reacting more so, like the AUD USD is. Let's see about any of the other yen pair, USD pairs. Yeah, there's the UJ, USD CAD also. So slight reaction to the news. Okay. I'm gonna check and see if Draghi's speech is televised. It's a lecture um, from Draghi, so I'm not sure if that's uh, going to be huge for the volatility. There is a live stream of it though, I believe. Uh, if you guys want to watch it, let's see if I can post it. Uh, uh, Rinko guy, it can be just noise, yeah. But if he said something that's crazy that, you know, says that the Euro's in bad shape or they're taking uh, more or using or doing more stimulation for the economy there, uh, then that could be a big deal and cause the euro to fall further. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I don't think that there's going to be a ton said in this lecture slash speech. All right, so my two positions are doing okay. There's cutback happening on the UJ, the Australian AUD USD. Although it was pushing up, it is cutting back a bit right now. This level at point 0.763 is still holding for me, and I hope it does continue to hold so I can get out of this trade. All right, so I don't have a ton more to talk about here before the speeches come out. Uh, but I'm not in too deep of trades right now, so I don't care too much of how those speeches actually come out. I'm not in on the pound, but for those of you that are, uh, be careful and to wait to see what Carney says uh, before entering. I'm still thinking that the pound is going to be on the short side or continue down. So be mindful of which side that you're on. It's always it's just not it's risky in my opinion to buy the pound right now with so much selling pressure on it. Okay. Anything that you guys want me to go over? Any pairs that you're in? Want to see any outlook or anything like that? If not, then I'll be back on tomorrow at the same time. So I'll wait a minute to see if there is any questions. By the way, inside candle forming on the odd Japanese yen, right at the support at the whole number. This is a potential decent entry on the odd Japanese yen. So if I were to pick a trade before I leave for a good opportunity, I would say the Euro Japanese yen is a good trade opportunity right now. So the entry would be now, so 113.7, and I take profit of 43 pips at 113.277. So that might be maybe subject to change, but that's where I have my take profit set right now. Second decent opportunity is the odd Japanese yen, and with an entry right about now. And you could also wait for the candle here to see if it's an inside candle, and I would enter soon after with a take profit at the 797 level. The pound is still falling pre-speech. Another decent opportunity is the odd CAD. It did bounce off of the support at 1.02. Take profit near the 1.0145 level. And currently that would be about 32 pips for the take profit. Now I don't have stop losses set because I use a percentage of my account. So keep that in mind. So I will basket trade until my stop loss is hit in percent. Let's see. So H trader. Let me check. Let me see your image. So is that the Euro USD daily? Is that right? Oh, weekly. The weekly. I mean, it still has a lot more to go to the levels that you're talking about. I mean, that's a few hundred pips, I believe, before that level is even reached. Joe Pro has a point. I promise you, it will not respect some imaginary levels or patterns or anything else. The thing is that we don't know really how it will respect those levels until they're already respected. Honestly, it's the same kind of situation with trends. We don't know if it's trending until it's already done. And so it's the same thing here. We don't know if a level, for example, like this level been talking about, the 1.018. So the level on the odd CAD. So this level here is what I'm talking about, entering on a short position. We don't know if this is going to be a respected level until it already reaches that point, until it hits the take profit point. If it's not, then it will bounce up and we'll say, oh, that it didn't respect that level. So there's always the past tense. I mean, it's the same thing here. We didn't know if this level at on the GJ was going to be respected, and until pretty much it already happened. But I entered a trade because I felt like this could be a level that uh, could be respected, because it's in the trend with the down pressure on the trend on the pound Japanese yen, and retracement already took place. The enter on the resistance level, and then the push back down. So yeah, we don't really know until after the fact. Uh, Success for headset buy. I enjoyed the pound Japanese yen push down. I got 60 pips on that one. Just reading the comments here. So, guys, it sounds like you're talking about if you think levels work or not. Uh, and the answer is they do, but it's really difficult to know which levels will uh, will hold or be respected, um, or be reacted to. There are some levels that get blown through. There are some that are, react to it as a support or resistance level. But typically, when we have our swing levels, a lot of times there's potential for the market to react to those levels. That's why they're important. So if it was a bouncing point in the past, it could be a bouncing point in the future. Now that's common knowledge and that's common sense that there's potential for that to happen. But like I said, these levels can be broken through or held. It depends on the pressure of the pair, what's going on the fundamental side, what's going on the technical side, and the combination of both. And the market will react to those levels in either in a positive or negative way. A lot of times it's hard for us to know if how those levels will behave and if they're strong enough. A lot of times it's actually really difficult to know if where the correct swing levels are as well, um, for a possible market bounce from there. So that's where I guess skill and discretion are involved to really try to find where those significant levels are. Yeah, it did. Uh, Chad. or Chand. Um, yeah, I was happy with that with the trade on the pound, and I may enter more shorts in the future. This is my first trade back on any pound pairs since the huge spike of a couple weeks ago. So as you guys see, the Euro US dollar has behaved to the news. So the news wasn't strong enough on the negative side for it to counteract or to shoot up from there. So right now, the odd USD did push up a bit, but not enough for me to get out of my trade. And so now it's kind of in a small range at the 1.763 level. So we'll see what happens to my trades tomorrow. I'm going to be holding on to them. I'm in pretty small at the moment, and looking for recovery. This is what my account looks like now. So I'm just barely negative on the account. Unfortunately, had a rough month. This is my worst month in this is my worst month in 10 months, I think. I think it's 10 months. Uh, and it's just unfortunate. You know, I had a 14% loss back a while ago on one of my accounts. Let's see if I can show you which one it is. ATC Live. Yeah. So I had a 14% loss. So I was at positive 2%, then I was at negative 13. So I guess that was yeah, that was about a 15% loss in 2 days. But you can see that I was able to make that back over the course. I had to close this account um, the uh, before I could get back into the positive territory, but I was only 1.6% from that point. I ended up withdrawing this account, by the way, as you can see. Okay, so that was my biggest loss since. So that was 7% overall for the month, and that was back in February. So quite a long time ago, and that was an unfortunate event. But here is I'm lost 11% so far this month. I still have a few days left to see if I can make that number a little bit better. But I haven't lost hope yet. Right now I'm getting a pretty sharp push back up, which is nice, and I hope it continues. All right, I know you guys are waiting for that news to come out or the speeches. I'm gonna probably sign off before that. I don't plan on taking a lot of time today, so I'll follow up with you tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I believe I should be on. All right, thanks so much, guys, for watching, and good luck with your trading, and I hope that you profit. Bye.